Next Level Guitar. What is happening? We're going to do a fun Inspired By lesson today, and we're going to get funky with it. A little bit funky. We're going to try to spice it up. So this is a pretty cool blues jam. Pardon me while I get comfortable. We're going to function in the key of A minor. Got a little bit of a gritty tone, right? We're going to outline the scale shape. We're going to outline some of the chords, and we're going to have a party. So check it out. Hey everybody. This is Dave Nasty over here at nextlevelguitar.com. Look who we got here. We got Yoda with us today. This is our mascot. This is Miles' co-pilot here. Click on the link that you see below. If you can see it there in that YouTube text box. See, now she's relaxing. Consulting Maggie here. Oh, don't let the gremlin go. Everybody, click on the link that you see below in that YouTube text box. You're going to get a free video and a coinciding ebook. All the information that you need to have and all the stuff that even Maggie here can't live without. Thank you so much. Check it out. This is the scale shape that we are going to use. Everybody knows and loves them. Your pentatonic scale. So we're going to play some double stops in this, and we're going to incorporate our thumb over the top of the neck. So that's going to get kind of tricky. So let's kind of dive in with a rough little bit of a hook here that we can use. Yeah, that got Miles moving. That got Miles moving right there. Yeah, Miles. If you get the mascot to move, you're winning. That's all I gotta say. That's how you know the lesson's like, we're sailing into a good area, you know, right there, because he moved. He's alive. He's breathing. All right, so what we have here with our double stops, I'm grabbing the guitar. That's kind of the easiest way to think about it. You know, so many times we get really technical with our hand positioning and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you just got to grab it and control it and make it yours. So I'm going to grab these notes here on the G and B string on the 7th fret. I'm going to pull down on them ever so slightly. Ultimately, that's what we're going to shoot for in our total coverage of notes here. And then my thumb is going to grab that top. So we get... thumb grabs the low octave there. By doing that, I kind of rake as I go across here. See, so we're establishing what we have. Then we're going to talk about how to get there. So when I do this, I'm raking in an upward motion with my right hand. And then my thumb is grabbed here. So I'm going to kind of pivot just for a second so you can kind of see this side angle. And I'm going to go it this way so you can see, of course, my first finger is just laying flat as to be so, and I'm blocking, still kind of fretting, and then I grab that low. That's our style. Now we speed that up. It's always good to get percussive in there, right? And get a little bit of that kind of drumming feel to it. Again, in some other videos I've mentioned that I like to think of kick and snare with my guitar. Kind of get that vibe of it. So what we have so far is this. So what I like to do with this stuff is I like to take the main melody or the idea and I want to incorporate it into my own, and I want to jam on it, and I want to experience playing more than I want to experience practice sometimes, right? So we're going to get these basic elements that you can do and kind of hand it to you and say, hey, look, here's a way to get started and get that feel, and then how can we embellish that and make it a little bit of your own with maybe a bit more of a funk kind of approach in this case. So when we're doing a lot of these funk kind of motions, I've got my thumb over the top to hit that note. I'm muting everything with these fingers, and I have my third finger on the 4th string. We're going to start with this kind of rhythm. So notice I'm blocking these out, and I'm getting that nice percussive sound in there. And when I finish this, I kind of let up a little bit to kill those notes. I like the reverb. I live in reverb. My friends always tell me I have way too much on my tone. I don't really care. I'm a reverb kind of guy because not only does it cover my mistakes, but it makes my notes last even longer, so I can poison your ears for that much more. And the whole thing, just get it really grooving. So much of this kind of music is based on repetition. So we're going to take this and I'm incorporating that first initial lick that's inspired me from this song. And I'm going to think of how to embellish this stuff a little bit. So let's think of some of these right hand motions that happen a lot of times. A lot of left hand stuff. Heck, we've only talked about one note right now. We've got a lot to cover. We'll talk about the right hand. We can get a how do we achieve this? You just kind of get a quick little looseness of the wrist, right? We got to loosen that up a little bit. Think of a drum line. And you try to incorporate that and you get that into there. And we get all these ways we can start to take our riff and really be creative with it. Let's talk about some chords that sound really great with this kind of approach. Really easy shape to play here. I've got my first finger laying flat all the way to the 4th string. Third finger is on the 2nd string, 7th fret. So we get a getting carried away with it, but it's so much fun to do this kind of stuff. Check out this rhythm and try this. And it's all about getting those muted notes in between that chord. It's kind of tricky to do a little bit, but I'm letting up on it a little bit and I'm keeping a nice relaxed feel, so my wrist is loose and I can bounce between some of these octaves perhaps that I might tend to play, or these chord shapes that are really simple. Another really good one there is if I bring my finger down here, just this 3rd finger, and get that other extension, and I'm getting some nice sounds and ways to play double stops and be inspired by blues and kind of change it up a little bit. And that's what we want to think about, being inspired but taking it, being kind of funky with it all at the same time. And funk rhythms are primarily based off of driving and thinking of drums and really loosening that wrist and getting comfortable with the muting with your left hand and your right hand. And I hope these examples are good for you, because for me, I just like to start simple with this stuff and see if I can get on a groove and see where it takes me. And that's really what we're hoping to do, inspire you to do just that. So I'm going to play a little bit. I'm going to maybe throw some licks from my pentatonic scale in there, and we're all going to jam out together. So everybody go to the website, nextlevelguitar.com. Lots of healthy information, tons of videos. Dave might tell me how many.
1,152 and growing.
That's an incredible amount of videos and a lot of information from people who care. Ah, gotcha.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody. I will see you next time, nextlevelguitar.com. Thank you so much.